So you want to grow bananas and you're not sure how to take care of them. Well, you're in luck, because today we're going to talk about all things with banana care, from what they like to eat, what they like to drink, what do you do about those flowers, what about the leaves, and with a banana, do you have to prune? What do you need to feed your banana and how often? Well, when it comes to feeding bananas, it's pretty straightforward. You want to go and add a lot of mulch, like a lot of mulch. And I'm not talking about that tree bark that looks pretty for like a year. I'm talking about stuff that's going to break down really fast. So if you have like a chip drop company that can give you lots of like that tree mulch, putting a lot of mulch, like 3, 6, 9 inches deep around your banana and putting it 1 to 2 feet away from the center is a must. And what you want to do, especially if you're going to do like a mulch, like a traditional tree type mulch, you want to do that at least once a year, but I would recommend twice. And then on top of that, anytime you're doing any really like greenish type of material, whether it's a banana leaf or really herbaceous plants, throwing them at the base of your banana regularly once a month is a good thing to do too. And on top of that, I would also be considering adding homemade compost or getting a compost that is really rich in organic matter, because these guys are really hungry. Now let's talk next about the banana plant and water. Bananas, being a tropical plant from Southeast Asia, drink a lot of water, like a lot of water. They are an herbaceous plant. They are not a tree. And this are full of water. When you cut off a banana leaf, you will see it literally dripping with water. And so that means you need to give it a lot of regular waterings. So if you're like me and you're in the monsoon season of summer in Florida, do you need to do additional waterings? No, not really. But if you have drier months, you're going to be wanting to water this plant once or twice a week to make sure that it can continue to suck up lots and lots and lots of water so it can put its energy towards growing and making bananas for you. Next, when we talk about how to take care of a banana, a question I get all the time is the flower. What to do about this giant female flower? Do I need to cut it off? Do I not need to cut it off? Does it speed up the harvest for my bananas, or does it make a difference? Well, I've done it both ways. I've cut them off, I've not cut them off, and honestly, over the years, I haven't really been able to tell much of a difference. Things like food and water for your banana plant and the temperature and climate are gonna make much more of a difference than that flower. Now, there is a reason that you may wanna cut off that flower, and that is, it's edible. Yes, in Southeast Asia, there are a lot of great dishes that they make using a banana flower. So to prune or not to prune the female flower, it's really personal choice. Now, while I get a lot of questions about whether we should prune the female flower, I actually don't think I've ever gotten a question about the male flowers. Now, the general advice for male flowers is they're there, the bees may come into them, but you really don't do anything about them. They'll dry up, they fall off, and that's it. But what I found with my dwarf bananas and occasionally with my grand names is that sometimes these male flowers, because it's so hot, it's so humid, they don't really dry up and fall off. They die, but then sometimes they start rotting at the tip of the banana. And what that has sometimes caused is for the banana to start rotting right at the tip. So you want to pay attention to this, is that are you seeing the black start to spread down on your banana? And what you'll want to do is, if you're seeing that, is just start to knock off the male bananas. Now these ones aren't dry enough for me to do that yet, but it's pretty easy. You just take your hand and you wipe them and off they'll fall. Now the next question I think a lot of people have when it comes to taking care of their banana plant is, do I need to prune the leaves? Do I need to get down to 5 or 6? Do I need to keep them closely cropped so I can maximize my banana harvest? And just like the flower, you can take off leaves, but you don't have to take off leaves. Will it maybe get your banana bunch a little bit faster? Sure, it might speed it up a few weeks, maybe a month. But this isn't a thing that you're gonna do that's gonna really speed up your banana harvest to such a big deal that like it's gonna be the difference that makes a difference. I can totally see why people who maybe have banana farms would do this, because they need to maximize their produce. But as a person who just grows bananas in their yard, if you don't have time to do this, this is a thing, just like the flower, like I wouldn't put effort towards it. If you want to take off leaves just to make sure that it looks more aesthetically pleasing, because the banana leaves, when they're done, they will just drop down and dry out and hang down. So what can be nice to do is just take off the dead ones and throw them down at the base so that you're mulching your banana plant. But other than that, you don't need to do this. So when taking care of your banana, we've talked about the leaves, we've talked about the flowers, but let's talk a little bit about the pups. Not dogs, these little things. So you can see on this plant right here, I have 7 little pups all crowding around my 2 big main banana trees. So what's happening here is these are the next banana plants that are gonna go and make a bunch of bananas. So this one will make a bunch, this section will die, then this one will make one, then this one, so on and so forth. Now the issue is if you do not take any of these out, this becomes very crowded very fast. You can leave it, again, if you really don't have the time. It's not the end of the world if you don't. This will definitely slow down your banana production to a point. But if you're feeding and watering the plant a lot, what's gonna end up actually happening is you're gonna start getting a lot of bunches of bananas like all at once. And that's a lot to deal with. The other thing is that there's gonna be a lot of crowding and you may have more rotting issues with your banana bunches. I see this especially, and I'll show you in a second, with my dwarf bananas, is that the bunch of bananas comes out and it doesn't have anywhere to go. So it's sitting on top of leaves and it starts to rot down pretty quickly. So what you wanna do is eliminate a bunch of these banana pups so that you can, one, maximize the energy on the banana plant and its bunches of bananas, and you can space out the timing of when you're gonna get banana bunches. It's really easy to do. If you have something like a machete, you just chop them down and you get them out of the way, and that's all you need to do. See? Rotting. Look at this. It's a bunch of mold. Yeah. Honestly, that bunch of bananas is done. And now that you know that you've got to remove some of those banana pups, wait just 1 second, because you can learn how to make some banana plants for free by learning how to propagate bananas. Or you're starting to wonder, how long is it going to take for my banana plant to make bananas? Check out this. Or you've got that bunch of bananas hanging there and you just don't know how to harvest it? Check out this. Or you just need to know some of the basics of growing bananas? Check out this. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.